this is Stephanie Knight. I'm here at the beautiful Casa Romantica, and I'm going to be preparing some beautiful Valentine's Day cocktails. And I just wanted to share with you my inspiration for this cocktail kit. I'm going to be using beautiful flowers and fresh berries and some chocolates, all as inspirational ingredients for these cocktails. These are all the traditional symbolized flowers and culinary delights that we love to enjoy with each other over Valentine's Day. So I thought it'd be really fun to incorporate those into some beautiful and tasty cocktails. So let's begin. So the first one I'm going to prepare, we're going to be doing a sparkling wine cocktail, or otherwise a champagne cocktail. And I'm going to be doing something very simple. This is something that you can recreate at home. And all of the information will be in the handout that we give you with your cocktail kit. I'll also have some extra web links that you can watch for some YouTube videos. I'll put some recommended books and articles, so there'll be all sorts of fun information in the handout, along with some pictures and instructions for the cocktails. So we're going to be using a chocolate liqueur. This is going to be a chocolate strawberry champagne cocktail or sparkling wine cocktail. We're going to be using chocolate liqueur, some fresh strawberry puree, and this is just fresh strawberries pureed in a Vitamix or a bullet, whatever type of blender you have. But you want to get it nice and smooth, a really liquidy consistency. You don't want to add water because you don't want to get it too runny. You can add sugar if you like a sweeter cocktail, but the creme de cacao is going to be pretty sweet. So I would kind of do a taste test of the strawberry and the creme de cacao before you prepare your cocktail. But you can always make it a little sweeter if you like. And we're going to be topping it off with a split of sparkling wine. So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my champagne glass and I'm going to pour, and this has all been pre-measured for you, we're going to do a ½ ounce of the strawberry puree. I'm going to do 1 ounce of the chocolate liqueur or creme de cacao. So I found it very interesting that it was hard to find a really nice, well-recommended creme de cacao. We're going to do 1 ounce, pour that right in. I found it really hard to find a nice creme de cacao other than online. So I started researching and thought, gosh, maybe I could just make my own. So unfortunately, I didn't have time to make my own for you this time. But I am going to include some recipes where you can make your own creme de cacao, and I'm definitely going to make it when I get home. It's pretty simple. So for a darker creme de cacao, this is white, and I chose white for this drink because I didn't want to change that bright red color. I wanted it to be a really nice rosy pink color. You could use cocoa nibs and vodka and some vanilla beans, some other spices, and again, I'll include the recipe. But you just put these in a mason jar like this. Cover it with vodka, let it sit about 2 weeks, and then you're going to have a beautiful creme de cacao. You are going to mix it with a little bit of water and sugar, and that will make your liqueur. For the white cocoa creme de cacao, you're going to be using cocoa butter chips. So that definitely you'll have to order online. I couldn't find that in any of the natural grocery stores. Cocoa nibs are pretty easy to find, but the cocoa butter, which is white, that you'll have to order online, and I'll put that link in. But that, you just put the cocoa butter chips in with some vodka, let that sit for, again, about 2 weeks, and then add some sugar and a little water after you've strained it and mix it well. You can have your own creme de cacao. So I'm going to try it, and I'll let you guys know. I'll report back how I think it tasted. Probably do both, the chocolate, the dark chocolate and the white chocolate. So once you have your creme de cacao and your pureed strawberry in your glass, you're going to just give it a gentle stir. You can also use a chopstick, a wood chopstick, just to ensure you don't crack your glass if you have a more firmer touch. So, but a little shake right there, a little stir. And then you're going to very carefully, you're going to want to do this very slowly because if you pour it in too quickly, it will bubble over. So very slowly add your sparkling wine. I just use a little bit at a time, and this is a really yummy drink. I'm going to make this for me and my husband on Valentine's Day. I'll probably make both of them again. I have the hard job of tasting these drinks while I'm preparing them. I go back and forth and adjust flavors, adjust some of the ingredients, so just to get it just right. And you can do that as well. I really encourage you to play along with these ingredients and begin with the basics, what we give you, but you can add different fruit, you can add herbs, however you want to do it to make it your own. That's part of the fun of creating craft cocktails. You can get very creative and experiment. Okay, so now we've got that finished. We're going to make a strawberry heart, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the stem of the strawberry, and very carefully, if you're more comfortable, you can do it on the cutting board. I'm just going to pull it, take the center out, and just kind of eyeball it. I just kind of do like a little V. I'm trying to go for a nice little heart shape, which strawberries typically are already a little heart-shaped. There you go, how pretty. And then you're just going to do a little slice at the bottom. So you can use a skewer. You could put a skewer through like that and put it in. But I think it's pretty just to put it on the glass. And then you can even get extra fancy and put a little flower on top. And there you go. That's your chocolate strawberry sparkling wine cocktail. Cheers. Now we're going to be creating a martini, a beautiful, lovely, romantic flavors in this martini. And again, inspired by fresh flowers, fresh berries, and chocolates is the whole inspiration behind these cocktails. So we are going to make a raspberry rose martini, and we're going to be using Chambord as our raspberry flavor, and we're going to be using some vodka and some rose simple syrup and rose water. So the rose simple syrup is something that I made, and I will include that recipe, and I will also include the recipe for some rose water. There's two different ways to make rose water. So this rose water right here, as you can see, it's like a little dark. It's kind of like a tea. So this was steeped on the stovetop for about 30 minutes, and this rose water was sun steeped. You can even just do it in the counter on a sunny window. I like to put it, I have a kind of a sunny window in one of my spots where it has some marble, so it kind of gets warm on the bottom and the sun hits it. So I like to put it there. You can put it outside, just make sure that you keep it covered so no little bugs or anything flies in there. So the color of the roses, I'm gonna pour these roses in here. This is about a quarter cup of roses to 8 to 12 ounces of water. So this is dried rose petals. You always want to use dried just because it's going to prevent any type of bacteria. It inhibits any bacteria growing in your rose water. So rose petals, you can get these online. If this is something that you want to make by Valentine's Day, if you want to make some more rose water, and I'll tell you why you might want to make this. I have these beautiful rose water ice cubes. We do sell rose petals, dried rose petals at Lavender Lounge Tea, and I think some of you know that I'm the tea blender for Lavender Lounge Tea. So they do have them in stock, I check. You can also get them on Amazon, just please get organic, and you want to get the Damascus rose. It's a beautiful pink color, and it has a really nice scent and flavor. So this is what it's going to look like after it's been steeping. You're just going to cover it with your 12 ounces of water, give it a little stir. You want to make sure that it is covered 100%, and it will settle down, and they will start to sink to the bottom. But cover that. And then this will turn into this. You can see all of the color from those rose petals. I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but that bright pink is going to all go into the water. And this one is a little faded now. It's not so bright pink because I did that one a few days ago. But you're going to get these beautiful, this color, this beautiful pink. This is rose water ice cubes that I made using this one, the sun steeped rose water. The stovetop rose water I used for the inside of the martini. And either one is fine. You're not going to see it. It's just so beautiful. If you wanted to use these for another cocktail, they're just so fragrant, and I love the color. So that is how you do your rose water. And again, the recipes will all be in your handout. So I'm going to begin with my martini by adding my rose flavored ice cubes. And the reason I'm using rose flavored rosewater ice cubes is I don't want to water down that delicate rose flavor. So the rose water and the rose simple syrup, it's a very delicate flavor. It is definitely evident of rose flavor, but the minute I add water, it's going to dilute that flavor. So I want to make sure that I keep that flavor profile nice and strong. So I'm going to use rosewater ice cubes. And you can buy rosewater. A lot of the international markets will carry rosewater, so if you don't want to make it, if you're not a crafty kind of person, you can purchase it online or in a grocery store as well. I think even Whole Foods might have it. So we're going to do our ice cubes, and into the shaker we're going to add 1 ounce of Chambord. This is a beautiful raspberry liqueur. 1 ounce Chambord. 1 ounce vodka. We're giving you guys a French vodka. I love French vodka. 1 ounce of, or half an ounce of the simple syrup. Don't like it too sweet. You can add more simple syrup if you want it. I tend to not like real sweet drinks, but just a little bit to give it that balance. And then I'm going to add an ounce of rose water. And then a squeeze of fresh lime juice. So the sweet and sour, and then that floral note, and the fruitiness, it's just a really well-balanced cocktail. I love this one. So you're going to give it a really nice shake. Get my glass ready here. And don't waste it. You do make the rosewater ice cubes. Make sure you save them. Just put it in a glass when you're done with this. You can make another martini with them. I strained out the martini, drink the rest of the martini, and put the rose ice cubes in with some soda water and a little squeeze of lime, and it was so good. And it's this beautiful rose color. Yeah, and save those cubes. And then for this garnish, I'm going to take a little bamboo pick, and I'm just going to snip off the end because I want the raspberry to be the star in this. So you're going to take your raspberry, just put it through your pick all the way to the top. Put another raspberry in. And again, like I showed you in the strawberry, you're going to just fit your little flower and just lay that on top. And there's your beautiful raspberry rose martini. Cheers.